Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping back by. I am Tia, and today is day 13 of Vlog a Day in May. Still going strong. Looks like I'm going to be able to complete the month. Fingers crossed. I hope you all are doing well. Since it's Friday, you know how we do over here. It's Fibro Friday, so happy Fibro Friday. Today is actually the day after Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, which happens every May 12th. So here we are on Friday the 13th, discussing fibromyalgia related things. And today I will be discussing my last doctor's appointment, which also happened yesterday. I had gotten some blood work done last week because of my dietary changes. I had been eating a primarily raw in the morning diet, and then the rest of the day it was either vegan or vegetarian dishes. So I had cut out pretty much all animal product with the exception of dairy, some dairy for my evening meal, and maybe some egg in some of my meals, and of course honey because I love honey. And all of my numbers look great. So my doctor was concerned about B deficiencies, vitamin B deficiencies, but I've been supplementing properly, so that was good. My thyroid has been performing normally. The only area of concern is my vitamin D level. That doesn't surprise me. My vitamin D levels are always on the low side. And so here are some things that she recommended to me, specific to my situation, but that may be helpful to you. Also, there's a disclaimer in the description box. I'm not a doctor. I'm just simply telling you what she told me based on her review of my medical history. So she did advise me that because I was a little bit low on the vitamin D scale, that I should absolutely increase my supplement. I was already taking one pill along with taking vitamin D in a prenatal vitamin, which between those two sources, one of the sources was 2,000 IUs. The other source, I believe, was 500 IUs, so 2,500 IUs currently. But I do have 10,000 IU vitamin D supplements that I can just throw in the mix. So I will just add one of those 10,000 IU vitamin Ds for the next few weeks to see if I notice a difference. She did state on a scale of 1 to 100, 30 to 100 is considered a normal range. I was at 27. So just a little bit below what could be the cutoff for normal. She said if I could get my numbers to 40, I'd probably feel a tremendous difference in my energy levels and in my pain levels. So I will be absolutely supplementing some more and seeing how I feel about that on YouTube. And if I get the time, I will put the link in the description box. Dr. Berg mentioned that there was at one point, there were people stating that too much vitamin D was a bad thing, and he insisted that it wasn't. He also had evidence supporting the fact that vitamin D poisoning basically is a fairly rare phenomenon. It is something that you can completely recover from. So if I can find that video, which I know I watched and I found very interesting, if I can find that, I will link it below. Again, not medical advice, just stating to you, talk to your doctor if your vitamin D levels are low and find out what the safe supplementation range is for you. For me, I already know I'm going to just go ahead and add a 10,000 IU supplement. I believe I'm not going to convert the IUs to daily recommended amounts because I can't remember the numbers. Just you can find out for yourself, and that will give you some guidance on what your body needs at minimum, and then you can increase as your doctor and you agree is an appropriate level. So that's it with the vitamin D. All of my other numbers look great. What else did she say? Oh, I mentioned that I'm exhausted every day. Like, that's pretty common for all fibromyalgia sufferers. We tend to get very tired. She told me after looking at my vitamins, she said, you're still taking magnesium, correct? And I said, yes. And she said, When are you taking it? I said, well, whenever I take my cup of vitamins, because I have a lot of them. Usually I just toss them back in the afternoon. And she said, oh, try shifting it to the evening. And I said, okay. And the sad thing is, I knew that magnesium is great in the evening, but I forgot that it can absolutely have a sedating effect. And that is her concern between the low vitamin D levels and taking magnesium at a less opportune time of day. I might be worsening my issue. So, those are very easy changes to implement. I already had the vitamin D supplements, so I'll just add the 10,000 IUs in, and I'll take the magnesium out of my daily cup and just make it part of my nighttime routine and see how it goes. I would imagine if I get good sleep for a few days straight, I'll feel brand new by the next Fibro Friday, but we'll see. So I'll give you an update on that next week. So those are the two vitamin recommendations that were made. Going back to the sleep point, I mentioned to her that I have some nights that are great, some nights not so much. And she did state to me that I should absolutely get a weighted eye mask. She mentioned that I could also use a room diffuser to help with aromatherapy support while I transition from awake to asleep, and then for a period of time after I'm asleep to ensure that I've gotten into a deeper sleep. So I do have a diffuser. I might play around with that because I've never used it. I have it, but I've never used it. I tend to light candles, or I'll use those oils and reeds, but for the most part, it's either room sprays or candles. And I didn't use a diffuser before, but I have one. So I will read the instructions and maybe give it a whirl. But I really like the eye mask idea. I will put a link in the description box, not just to the vitamin D, which will be there as well, but also to the eye mask that I purchased. My doctor recommends adding a couple of drops of essential oil to sorry, my nose itches, the outer part of the mask. What are words, right? The outside of the mask. She recommends that you put a couple of drops of a relaxing essential oil. Of course, the typical ones, your lavender, your rose, I'm going to be using probably amber on mine, amber, or whatever essential oil blend. You can get special sleep blends. And she said, put it on the outside of the mask, not the part of the mask that's touching the skin, and to just kind of inhale deeply. I will have my mask tomorrow, which means I will have at least the weekend to try it. Oh, I said tomorrow. I misspoke. I will have my mask. You're seeing this on Friday. I will receive it today. I ordered it on Amazon and they had it ready for 1-day shipping. So I really got fortunate with that. I will be trying that over the weekend and I'm hoping it'll work. She said it usually gets rave reviews every time she recommends it to someone. She also recommended a drink called Calm. I've never tried it before, never heard of it, but it also has a type of magnesium in it. She recommended the raspberry lemonade one. I will link that once I buy it and try it. I'm not going to link it today because I've got to locate it first and then I've got to taste it to see if it's even worth sharing. But she did recommend the lemonade one. And she said that helps tremendously with sleep as well. I told her even though I am doing a primarily plant-based diet, I am supplementing with collagen. I have one of those big jars of Vital Protein, collagen peptides like everyone else. And I have gotten about halfway through because at one point, even though I read directions and I read the nutritional facts panel and I saw the serving size, but I still only thought to put 1 scoop into my shakes or smoothies a day. And I'm like, it clearly says 2 scoops on the package, but now I'm doing 2 scoops. So I anticipate I'll be done with the container before the end of the month. And she said, if I don't feel much difference, to try a different brand. She said that about 80% of the people that she's met with who use Vital Proteins have good results. But she said, but 20% just don't really respond to it. They do better on a different collagen supplement. So I'll let you know if I switch that out. And let's see, there was one more thing that she mentioned. Oh, I complained to her about my wrist. For those that don't know, back in 2018, what really prompted me to get very serious about finding a specialist to figure out what was happening to my body. This was before my diagnosis. What really pushed me to that was not the pain and the exhaustion that I was feeling all over, but the fact that I couldn't write a page in my journal. That was like the biggest red flag that something was seriously wrong, because I was a person who could write 10, 12 pages back and front on a particularly trying or a particularly exciting day. So to not be able to write was really, really hard on me emotionally and physically. And even though I have improved drastically over the past, oh gosh, nearly 4 years, I still can't write more than a page, maybe a page and a half in a journal. And I told her about it. And I said, I think I may need some sort of physical or occupational therapy or something. She agreed, and she's already gotten me referred over. So I'll be trying that in, I'm guessing, a few weeks, and seeing if that gives me some more relief with my hand and wrist, because the pain, it's what I imagine carpal tunnel may feel like for people, but I've never had carpal tunnel. I've had exhausted hands from typing, but never horrible pain that persists even when I'm not using my hand or wrist. So we'll see what happens. So that is my debriefing on my doctor's visit today, or rather, when you're seeing this, yesterday, my Thursday doctor's visit. And this weekend, I have an art auction I'm attending. I'm going to a performance. One of my favorite small humans is taking dance classes, so I'll be watching her performance. I'll be doing the art auction. And so this will be a busy weekend. So I'm going to make sure to have as much filmed before tonight, Friday night, as possible, so that if for some reason I can't get to the camera, I will still have things going up every day. So that's it. I hope you all had a great week. Part of my ease for today was, and joy for today was the joy of being heard. I don't know if I can say the importance of that enough. To have a doctor who listens to me and who gives me good recommendations that go beyond prescription medication is just so wonderful. And I hope that you all find practitioners slash medical professionals that do the same. I would hope that you all find people who can get in your corner in the same way. But yeah, that's it. And I did create some pockets of ease in my life today. I did a little bit of soft living. I woke up, and even though I knew I had my doctor's appointment, I did my yoga. I made sure to take my time and do my yoga. And I had a very leisurely start to my morning, and it was great. And it really set me on a good path and helped me to go into my doctor's appointment a little less mentally scrambled and a lot more centered and focused and grounded feeling, which helps a lot, because the last thing you want is to come into your doctor's office and your blood pressure be sky high because you're frazzled about something else. So hope you all are doing great. Hope you have a fantastic and incredibly restful or fun weekend lined up. I will absolutely be back tomorrow with your Saturday video and every day for the rest of the month. So I will talk to you all soon. Take care.